Shall we? Shall we? When we...
Yeah, I think that we should begin because if not, yeah. Yeah.
안녕하세요. Ni hao. 大家好. And hola, ¿cómo está?
Hola.
Konnichiwa. Sawadee krap. And shrap sute. Bonjour. That's all I know. Sorry. Okay. I'm going to introduce today's MC, student MC, the Paris and Karen. Yeah, they're going to read today's whole performances. And the MCL department chair, Ray Beroa, he's waiting over there. And during the performances, do you have all these raffle? If you don't have, please ask Alexia, Professor Alexia, or Carrie Bonilla, as the Polyglot Committee's member. Make sure you have this. If you're lucky, you will get one of these awards during the summer. And after Ray's comments, and do you guys notice also today's dress code? Yeah, I wore the yellow, and even I wore the yellow bracelet, and I wore the yellow socks today. So today's dress code is yellow to commemorate our former tech director, Walter. Yeah, we have a session that too. Ray?
Okay, well, thank you very much. Can you hear me okay? I don't want to scream too loud because I don't want to be obnoxious, which is what happens many times when you get too close to the microphone and then hurt everybody. This is an exciting celebration that I insist should be at the top of the days that we spend every year in our classes. This is the moment to celebrate all that we do in the classroom and all what we do also outside of the classroom, learning languages, learning the cultures that belong to these languages, learning the literature, and learning so much about the other, which teaches us a lot about ourselves. One of the people that was instrumental in the beginning of this celebration that we call Polyglots, now on its 12th year, is it? Let me make sure that yes, was Walter Mishia Pines, a professor in the Department of Modern Classical Languages. So since this Polyglot celebration is in his honor, I am going to say a few things about this fascinating individual that we were lucky enough to spend time with him. His life was cut short in January 2017 when he died probably of a heart attack. Dr. Misea Pines was born in Cluj-Napoca, Romania, and I was telling Natalia that curiously enough, the book that I have published in Romanian, one of my poetry books, was precisely published in Cluj-Napoca in Romania in 2012 when they invited me to read my work in Craiova. Dr. Walter Mishia Pines was born in this town. He earned his BA in Germanic Languages and Literatures at Babes Bolyai University in Cluj-Napoca, Romania in 1985. And he was really the example of what a foreign language person should be. because he was able to communicate in 10 languages and spoke 6 of them fluently. That's why he was, when he and his wife, they married in 1983 and they moved to the United States. They established themselves in Buffalo, where he completed his MA in education at SUNY Buffalo in 1996, and then moved to this area. And he was hired by the State Department, by the United States Department of State, as a translator and an escort interpreter, which is this kind of people that can communicate in many languages, and so they are ready and able to help other people to communicate. Subsequently, in 1998, he was hired as an administrative faculty member in the Department of Modern and Classical Languages here at George Mason University. While overseeing the language department's digital instruction, because besides the fact that he was an instructor of German with us, but he was also the director of labs and technology. So he designed and tested placement and proficiency exams in languages beyond the many he knew. He worked closely with faculty or native speakers of Russian, Chinese, Arabic, Farsi, Portuguese, etc., to develop, digitize, and test placement and proficiency exams for both graduate and undergraduate students. He went to earn his doctorate at George Mason University School of Education with a dissertation entitled An Examination of Reliability and Validity Claims of a Foreign Language Proficiency Test, which was published in 2012. And he always joked with me that he said, well, you have too many books and you don't sell the books that I sell, because I put my book on Amazon. While seriously dedicated to everything he did, Walter was also a fun-loving person. And one of the most distinguished aspects of his fun-loving personality was the fact that he was known to all of us as the Yellow Man, because he had a yellow car, a yellow iPad, and yellow Apple Watch, a yellow bicycle, and everything that he wore was yellow. And he said that the color yellow symbolized for him the freedom that he enjoyed in America. For this reason, the staff, faculty, and students at the Department of Modern and Classical Languages in the College of Humanities and Social Sciences want to celebrate today his life by dedicating this year Polyglot's performance to our dear friend, Walter Mercia Pines. Thank you very much for being here. And before I move on, let me introduce to you Natalia Dutnik, who is also, who was really the person that asked us, why don't we dedicate the Polyglots this year to the memory of Walter. Natalia?
Thank you so much. So I would like to say a few words about Walter as a colleague, because he was also a German instructor and a great teacher, of which quality a student of mine, Roya, will be talking shortly. And when I was thinking about him as a colleague, I realized that to many of us, Walter was much more than that. He was a true friend, almost a family member. I remember coming to campus for the second time to organize my office, and that day, for no reason, I decided to wear this bright yellow blouse. And of course, that was the day when I met Walter for the first time in person. And I was pleasantly struck by his welcoming and how warm he was to me. He told me about Mason. He showed me around the campus. I remember we were walking around and people were asking me, what's going on? Why are you both wearing yellow? What's going on? And I said, nothing. And then he told me the same day about losing his son, and I was so pleasantly surprised about his openness. At that time, I was just a grad student starting a new chapter in my life. It was a new place to me. I didn't know much about it, about this new environment. And then meeting Walter helped me feel welcomed, and I thought this will be a nice place to work, learn, and grow. Walter's collegiality knew no borders. He always helped with technology-related things. He was always eager to jump in to teach a German class when we were anxiously looking for an instructor. And I felt like we all could talk to him pretty much about everything, and he would listen. And always, no matter what our mood was, he came up with an excellent joke that would brighten up your day. Walter became synonymous with his humor, besides being known as the man in yellow. Dedicating polyglot performances to Walter seems to be such a natural choice. Not only was he an eager fan of this event, but he was also a true polyglot, speaking 10 languages, 6 of which fluently. And I couldn't help but wonder, how can one learn so many languages? Well, Walter was not born speaking 10 languages. Well, I think he spoke Romanian and German. He was raised with those 2 languages. And then preparing for this event and remembering Walter, I thought, I may have found an answer. It is in his personality. His openness and genuine interest in people made him the true polyglot. In our diverse, multilingual, and multicultural department, he was one of the bridge builders or icebreakers. And this is why we teach and learn languages, to build bridges, to break ice, or even the walls in the world outside and inside us. And it's a great honor and a joy to celebrate his legacy today. And I would like to invite Roya Araf, who is currently a student in my German class, who happened to take a German course this semester before he passed away tragically.
Hi everyone, my name is Roya and I'm a senior with the German minor. I just wanted to say a few things about Walter, my German 210 instructor from a few years ago. I wanted to start off with my first impression and memory of Walter. So we were all waiting for our professor to arrive. It's 10:30, like where is he? And an older man dressed in all yellow comes and sits behind us. And he just looks at us and we're just sitting there really confused. And then he's like, have you guys heard about the professor? I heard he's a real weirdo. And then he gets up, goes to the desk, and introduces himself as the professor of our class. And from then on, we knew that we would be enjoying his lighthearted jokes, and later we'd be enjoying his stories of his family and memories growing up. But I just wanted to say that he wore yellow because it did symbolize his freedom when he came to America. And it amazed me that he felt that emotion so deep that you could clearly see its importance to him through the expression of the color. Walter shared a lot of personal things with us, and even when he wasn't his usual happy self, he always still managed to teach a fun lesson, teach with a smile, and insert a few jokes here and there. Walter was my second German professor at Mason, and I'm honored to have been one of his students, and I'm thankful for the opportunity for such a man to have shaped my ability to speak the German language. So. And we're now going to show a slideshow of pictures of Walter.
Welcome, everyone, welcome. My name is Paris Irizarry.
And I am Karen Torres.
And first, I want to mention that we are live streaming right now on YouTube. And if you don't have time, just like go to YouTube and search up GMU Polyglot, and it'll be the live stream because we're gonna be going on forever. But a little bit about ourselves, like we're both double majoring in global affairs and the Korean language. And do you want to?
So like he mentioned, we are both doing a double major in Korean and in global affairs. And I was actually able to study at the Yonsei University in Seoul, South Korea because of the exchange program that we had here. And that actually was one of the best experiences I had. And I got to have this opportunity because I chose to study Korean. So definitely studying a language will bring you a lot of different opportunities.
How many languages you speak, though?
I speak 3. I'm trying to get more. I'm trying to get more, guys. I need to be on this level right here.
Okay.
How about you? How about you? Wait, you gotta hear how many languages he knows.
I speak Russian, Thai, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean, so. Not fluently, but I'm still learning. So our first act, if you would.
So our first performance will actually be for the French department with the song Tell Me by Rogers and Hammerstein, performed by Steve Turner. This song is from the 1958 film South Pacific, based on the 1949 musical South Pacific, composed by Oscar Hammerstein II. The plot centers on an American nurse stationed on a South Pacific island during World War II who falls in love with a middle-aged expatriate. Thank you guys. Expatriate French plantation owner, but struggles to accept his mixed-race children. Québécois, did I say that right? I'm gonna go with yes. Dubec, okay, thank you. Dubec goes on a mission and is presumed lost. He returns to see that Nellie accepts his children. All problems are solved.
Good afternoon. Dubec leaves out one important fact about his children. Next slide. He does not tell Nellie that they are his. She sees 2 little Creole children and thinks they're very charming. And they sing, when he introduces them to her, they sing this little song that I'm going to attempt to sing, Dites-moi. It's sung a second time. And the second time is when Nellie has discovered that those children are his. She's from Arkansas. The year is 1942 or 3. And she, to use the current word, freaks and runs away. And Dubec is distraught and volunteers for a very dangerous mission behind Japanese lines and is presumed lost. He's missing in action. Nellie comes back to the house to look after the children. And they try to teach her some French by singing this little song. They get past the first line, and that's all they can do. But then from the wings comes a very deep, strong voice of Dubec. He's alive, he's back, the romance is on. Here's Dites-moi. Dites-moi pourquoi la vie est belle. Dites-moi pourquoi la vie est gaie. Dites-moi pourquoi, chère mademoiselle, est-ce que parce que vous m'aimez? Now, won't you sing along with me and my classmates? Dites-moi pourquoi la vie est belle. Dites-moi pourquoi la vie est belle. Dites-moi pourquoi celle-là est-ce parce que vous m'aimez. Merci beaucoup.
Her freshman year, following several years of believing theater was what she wanted to pursue.
Et voici ma révolution. Tous mes jours passés pendant une février sombre. J'aurais presque terminé. Qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? Presque rien. J'étais silencieuse, avec une colère acculée. 7 ans d'attente, de dévouement sans satisfaction personnelle, de promesses respectueuses et faites par fontaine qui annoyaient mes pieds dans le stagnant. Alors j'ai pour être regardé en face. Quand je n'ai pu toutefois pas oublier le leçon, l'information qui était pour vous la vérité, c'était toujours ce qui était pourtant. Maintenant, que puis-je éprouver de plus?
Alrighty, and our next one is going to be French poems, and the first one will be a poem by Prince Bard bin Abdul Mohsin. I'm sorry.
Can I take this up a little bit? Over there?
Tout d'abord, je voudrais remercier la Fondation culturelle Badr bin Abdel Mohsen de voir partager le poème avec moi. Et mon nom est le nom de l'association des étudiants saudiens. Permettez-moi de commencer par dire Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Paix, la miséricorde et les bénédictions de Dieu. C'est un honneur de présenter un poème de Prince Badr bin Abdel Mohsen qui a été présenté à l'UNESCO à Paris cette année. Le poème s'appelle La ville. Où commence la ville chaque jour? Où commence la ville chaque jour? Du trottoir sur les étoiles. Des manchettes, des journaux, des embarcadères, des yeux rogés de voyageurs, des fragments déchirés des billets, jusqu'à l'encre de tampons. Je voudrais tant connaître cette ville. En commençant par ses mains. J'aimerais lui ôter ses bagues de doigts avant de lui tendre les mains. Le retrouver dans son moment d'intimité, où se niche cette ville, dans les bâtiments, sur la place. Au fond des vieilles boutiques, ou peut-être derrière tes cils, mon ami. Un sentiment exquis inonde ma poitrine, puisse-t-elle durer 2 jours. Je voudrais en savoir où commencent tes yeux, où ils finissent chaque jour. Je voudrais en connaître le secret de la voile. Je t'attends sur le quai de départ, sur les plateformes désirées, devant le guichet fermé. L'encre de tampon appelée. Et je n'étais pas trouvé. Merci. Thank you.
And our next French poem will be Laboratoire by Charles Baudelaire, recited by Eun-ji Yoon.
L'Albatros de Charles Baudelaire. Souvent, pour s'amuser, les hommes d'équipage prennent des albatros, vastes oiseaux des mers, qui suivent, indolents, compagnons du voyage, le navire glissant sur les gouffres amers. À peine les ont-ils déposés sur les planches, que ces rois de l'azur, maladroits et honteux, laissent piteusement leurs grandes ailes blanches, comme des avirons traînés à côté d'eux. Ce voyageur ailé, comme il est gauche et vole, lui naguère si beau qu'il est comique et laid. L'un agace son bec avec un burgol, l'autre mime en boitant l'un film qui volait. Le poète est semblable au prince des nuées, qui hante la tempête et ses cris de l'archer. Exilé sur les sols au milieu des huées, ses ailes de géant l'empêchent de marcher. Merci.
And for our next French poem, it's going to be a poem called Le Petit Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, recited by Konrad Bedwosky, sorry about that, and Jacob Milgram.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Jake, et il s'appelle Konrad, et nous sommes les deux mousquetaires.
Aujourd'hui, nous allons lire un chapitre de Le Petit Prince. Le Petit Prince est un livre pour les enfants, très populaire. Le Petit Prince a été écrit par Antoine de Saint-Exupéry en 1943 et en 2015, un film a été réalisé à partir du livre.
We're waiting on the slides. Go to the next slide. All right, so this is the cover image from the book.
Premier chapitre. Lorsque j'avais 6 ans, j'ai vu une fois une magnifique image dans un livre sur la forêt vierge qui s'appelait Histoire vécue. Ça représentait un serpent bois qui avalait un fauve. Voilà la copie du dessin.
Next slide. Yeah. So here he describes that he was reading a book when he was 6 about the jungle, and it described a boa that had caught a wildcat.
On disait dans le livre, le serpent boit avale le poids tout entier, sans en mâcher. Ensuite, ils ne peuvent plus bouger et ils dorment pendant les 6 mois de leur digestion. J'ai alors beaucoup réfléchi sur les aventures de la jungle et, à mon tour, j'ai réussi avec un crayon de couleur à tracer mon premier dessin. Mon dessin numéro 1. Il était comme ça. So he's thinking about the jungle and decides to draw his first picture. And this is it. Think about what that looks like. J'ai montré mon chef d'œuvre aux grandes personnes et je leur ai demandé si mon dessin leur faisait peur. Elles m'ont répondu, pourquoi un chapeau ferait-il peur? Mon dessin ne représentait pas un chapeau. Il représentait un serpent-bois qui digérait un éléphant. J'ai alors dessiné l'intérieur du serpent-bois afin que les grandes personnes puissent comprendre. Elles ont toujours besoin d'explications. Mon dessin numéro 2 était comme ça. So he shows the picture to the adults and asks if it makes them afraid. And they say, why would I be afraid of a hat? So he has to explain it's not a hat, it's a snake that swallowed an elephant. And has to draw a picture of the snake having eaten the elephant because adults always need explanations.
Les grands personnes m'ont conseillé de laisser de côté les dessins de serpents bois, ouverts ou fermés, et de m'intéresser plutôt à la géographie, à l'histoire, au calcul et à la grammaire. C'est ainsi que j'ai abandonné, à l'âge de 6 ans, une magnifique carrière de peinture. J'avais été découragé par l'insuccès de mon dessin numéro 1 et de mon dessin numéro 2. Les grandes personnes ne comprennent jamais rien toutes seules et c'est fatigant pour les enfants de toujours leur donner des explications. J'ai donc dû choisir un autre métier et j'ai appris à piloter des avions. J'ai volé un peu partout dans le monde. Et la géographie, c'est exact, m'a beaucoup servi. Je savais rencontre du premier coup de lait, la Chine de l'Arizona. C'est très utile si l'on est égaré pendant la nuit. J'ai ainsi eu, au cours de ma vie, des tas de contacts avec des tas de gens sérieux. J'ai beaucoup vécu chez les grandes personnes. Je les ai vus de très près. Ce n'est pas trop amélioré mon opinion.
Quand j'en rencontrais une qui me paraissait un peu lucide, je faisais l'expérience sur elle de mon dessin numéro 1, que j'ai toujours conservé. Je voulais savoir si elle était vraiment compréhensive, mais toujours elle me répondait « c'est un chapeau ». Alors je ne lui parlais ni de serpent-bois, ni de forêt vierge, ni d'étoiles. Je me mettais à sa portée. Je lui parlais de bridge, de golf, de politique et de cravate. Et la grande personne était bien contente de reconnaître un homme aussi raisonnable. Merci.
Wasn't that great, guys? Wasn't it? Yeah! Woo! Yes! So for our next performance, it's actually going to be Chinese poems and songs. So we have the Chinese department actually going to perform something for us, and I was lucky enough to see a sneak peek of what they're performing, because our other MC that you saw before, if you're wondering why he's missing, because he's going to be on stage, so you'll get to see him. But enjoy the performance, guys.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, we'll work with that. Hello? Yeah. Yeah, it's fine, I'm tall, I'll work it out. Are we all gonna fit? Yeah. We can like sort of circle. Also, can someone leave space for me to squeeze in? I'm small, but not that small. Thank you, yes, that's a me-sized space, okay. All right, well then, 大家好，我们是中文版。 We are the Chinese class. And I didn't even do anything yet, but okay. All right, so today we have a treat for you. We're taking you through the centuries of China, although most specifically just the 18th century and then something more modern. So we're gonna start you off with a couple of poems, a song, and then we're gonna dance for your pleasure, and your pleasure only, not ours. So, we'll be beginning with a poem called Shan Cun Yong Huai by the poet Shao Yong. It's an interesting poem because it uses numbers to describe a suburban landscape. So the Chinese numbers like 1, 2, 3 are 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, I did the tones wrong. My Chinese teacher's gonna kill me. Once more so I don't get booted out of this class. 1, 2, 3. So, for example, once, 1, he's going for a walk about 2 to 3 miles. The poet saw 4 to 5 misty villages, 6 to 7 pavilions, and 8, 9 to 10 branches of flowers. Chinese poems are an important part of Chinese literature and heritage, of their centuries-long history. Chinese children start to recite some of the best poems when they're very young. I was still on Dr. Seuss, so if you know 1 or 2 well-known poems, it will make your speech very impressive and surprise your audience. So, once again, let's go with Shan Cun Yong Huai from Shao Yong. Poem. Do I even need this mic? Nah, I'm loud. Okay, so our next poem is Chun Shao by Meng Haoran. This is a visual journey wrapped in a poem. No more numbers anymore. This unique poem starts with the singing of the birds, the blowing of the wind, the pattering of rain, and the falling of petals on a spring night. From which the reader can see spring scenes after a windy and rainy night. It is a great joy to read the poem for its simple, lucid style, and the ringing message that is quite depressing, but here we go. Yet another spring morning has arrived, unnoticed and quiet, and another cycle of life has finished unaware, as shown in the opening and falling of flowers. Thinking of spring that comes once a year, one cannot help but feel a bit saddened about the passage of time and how invisible it seems. We did something right, okay. I already have a fan club. Okay, so we've done some poems, so let's get into something a little more lyrical. The song we're going to sing for you is Mo Li Hua, or Jasmine Flower, a popular Chinese folk song. The song dates back all the way to the 18th century. In time, many regional variations were created, and the song gained popularity both in China and abroad. We are the abroad. The melody has become well known among Western listeners as is used by Giacomo Puccini, Suddenly we've switched to Italian. In his opera, Turandot. And now, 茉莉花. So, we have one more thing that's really just for you. So we have a little question section, and it's not just questions. You can win prizes. So get my little questions right, and we may arrange to have someone throw something at you. We don't know. Yes? Okay. All right, so our questions are going to start out easy, and they will get harder. But the prizes will get better. And so, let's begin. I know, he's excited. Anyways. All right, so, which fruit is shared during Lunar New Year? I see someone in the back. Sir, may I get you? Not peaches. That is a fruit, though. So, let's see someone else. I see a hand that's enthusiastic. Let's go with that. Yes. It is! Oh my God! Nice. That one is not getting scurvy. Very good. Okay. All right, so let's up the ante a little bit more. Still about food, don't worry. So, where is the fortune cookie originally from? Okay, that was a quick hand. Come on. Sorry. You gotta tell me where in America, though. Wait, I'm gonna let him. Hold on, wait, what? Cincinnati. What? Do we even have Chinese people in Cincinnati? Anyways, wait, I saw a hand in the front. Wait, hand. Come on. It's in America, so let's go with there. All right, so you guys got that a little too quickly. We're going to have to go away from food for a second. All right, so what is the zodiac animal for this year? Okay, sir. Pig. Yes. Isn't it pig? Yeah, it's pig. I was about to say, like, wait a minute. I should know these. I'm reading the questions. Yes. All right, so let's move on. This one has two answers. I'll take either one. So, what are the Chinese lucky numbers? Instead of shouting them aloud, raise your hand.
7, 8.
Not 7, but it is quite close to 7.
6.
Hands! I'm going to call on this gentleman. It's 8. It's 8. I also would have accepted 6. In this house, everything's just gonna fall apart. All right, so I'm gonna go into a harder harder questions. You guys are getting this a little too fast. I need to slow you guys down. Okay, so this one is again numbers, but it's really specific, and I'll only take one answer. So how many ethnic groups are there in China? Wait, I already got you. I need someone else. I know you know. Sir.
56.
Yes? What? I was expecting that to take a couple of tries, but I'll take that. 56, indeed. Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is the last one, my hardest one. No one's gonna get this in one try. I refuse. There are 4 answers to this question. I'll take 2 people's answers. How many prizes do we got more? Yeah. What, 2 more? I'll take 2 more. I'll take 2 more. There are 4 possible answers to this, and I'll take any of those 2 that are correct. So, what are the 4 great inventions of ancient China? I just need one. In this house. Anyways, sir. Yes, okay, that's one. I see, like, there's like someone in the shadows back there. We'll take you, shadow person. Who's like wiggling. How did you guys do this quickly? I came here with my hard questions, and you all... Yes, paper making. Paper making. Our answers were paper making, gunpowder, the compass, and printing. You guys destroyed all my questions. You're all experts. What am I here for? Someone to take my job from me? Heck. All right, so we ready to do our little thing? All right, guys, we got one last thing for you. So we've had poems from the 18th century. We've had songs with hundreds of regional variations. And now, we have something from 2018. It is time for the seaweed dance. A dance that is popular with both Chinese youth, the elderly, and apparently college students. And now, it is time. Yes? Yes? All right, let's see if I can do this in this dress. If I can. Oh, no. Is that supposed to be bad? Thank you. Leave yourself. All right. No one filming this.
我走过最陡的山路，看过最壮丽的日出，在午夜公路旁对着夜空说，我不服输，押上了性命坐不住，曾和天使跳过舞，早已看透那是套路，用一点真就足够了。喝过最烈的酒，也找到了最好的朋友，自信的像个浪子，认真的像个孩子。我走过的黑暗，也孤独受过的背叛，和无助的依然参不透的心魔，只学会双性而活。你我都是这茫茫人海中，渺小不起眼的那一颗草。让谁说小人物不可以做英雄？你我只是这茫茫人海中，不知天高。 烦恼，开心就好，用力去爱，用力微笑，人海呀，茫茫啊，随波逐流，浮沉沉，人生啊。像一棵海草，随风飘摇，海草，那花里胡哨，海草，管它海浪惊涛，我乐逍遥。像一棵海草，随风飘摇，海草，那花里胡哨，海草，管它海浪惊涛，我乐逍遥。
And thank you to the Confucius Institute for the generous gifts. I'm Leg Out Lee, and I'm out.
Alrighty, wasn't that great, guys? Wasn't that great? I loved it. The moves, I'm ready to use that in the club. You know, we're gonna use that in the club. Alright, so I'm not sure if you guys all got your tickets, the little raffle tickets from before or anything. But if you want to get some, you can actually get some.
At this year's Polyglot. This is a momentous occasion for us, as this represents a record involvement of Russian students in putting together our presentation, with a total of 13 students actively participating and a number of others having been involved in the planning. Today, I am pleased to present two performances which the club has worked the last few weeks to put together. For our first performance, Alex Naumov will be performing a classic song from Russian cinema, from the film Ivan Vasilievich Changes Professions. I speak, of course, of Shastya Drug. Released in 1973, it is one of the most popular movies of the Soviet Union, comedically telling the story of a time-traveling Ivan the Terrible. Shastya Drug, sung as entertainment in the Tsar's court, is an upbeat, optimistic love song about fate and the distances one is willing to travel for love. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Naumov.
Счастье вдруг в тишине постучалась в двери. Неужели ко мне верю и не верю? Падал снег, плыл рассвет, осень моросила. Столько лет, где тебя носила. Как в сказке скрипнула дверь, все мне ясно стало теперь. Столько лет я спорил с судьбой ради этой встречи с тобой. Верс я где-то был за моря, знаю, это было не зря. Все на свете было не зря, не напрасно было. И пришло, и сбылось, и не жди ответа. Без тебя, как жилось мне на свете этом. Тот, кто ждет, все снесет, как бы жизнь не била. Лишь бы все, это все не напрасно было. Вдруг, как в сказке, скрипнула дверь. Все мне ясно стало теперь. Столько лет я спорил с тобой ради этой встречи с тобой. Мерз я где-то за моря, знаю, это было не зря. Все на свете было не зря, не напрасно было. Как в сказке скрипнула дверь, все мне ясно стало теперь. Сколько лет я спорил с судьбой ради этой встречи с тобой. Мерз я где-то за моря, знаю, это было не зря. Все на свете было не зря, не напрасно было.
Thank you. For the second half of our performance, we'll be singing a song with a tradition reaching back before the Great Patriotic War, what we call World War II. Katyusha, written by Matvey Blanter in 1938, became symbolic of the Russian and Soviet people's struggle to serve the motherland and to defend their very existence. Depicting a young woman standing on the bank of a river, longing for her man far away at the front, the song evokes a sense of pride and hope, while also serving to remind the listener of the extreme price Russia paid in order to defeat fascism and return peace to its lands. Ladies and gentlemen, the GMU Russian Club presents Katyusha. students.
Расцветали яблони и груши, поплыли туманы над рекой. Выходила на берег Катюша, на высокий берег на крутой. Выходила на берег Катюша, на высокий берег на крутой. Выходила, песню заводила про степного сизого орла, про того, которого любила, про того, чьи письма берегла, про того, которого любила, про того, чьи письма берегла. Ой, ты песня, песенка девичья, ты лети за ясным солнцем вслед, и бойцу на дальнем пограничье от Катюши передай привет. И бойцу на дальнем пограничье от Катюши передай привет. Пусть он вспомнит девушку простую и услышит, как она поет. Пусть он неделю бережет родную, а любовь Катюша сбережет. Пусть он неделю бережет родную, а любовь Катюша сбережет. Расцветали яблони и груши, поплыли туманы над рекой. Выходила на берег Катюша, на высокий берег на крутой. Выходила на берег Катюша, на высокий берег на крутой.
Thank you, everyone. I'd like to make one more thing. In the program, there's a missing person in the list of performers. Our very own Yulia Mikhaeva.
Yeah.
I want to make sure she's present.
Thank you.
Sorry, you weren't in the list. I want to make sure you got credit. You weren't in the list. I want to make sure you got credit.
Hello, everyone. I'm back.
plaît.
So while we figure out,
What's going on?
yes, we're going to call out another raffle just to fill in the time. So get your tickets ready, everyone. The number is 262302. I heard a gasp.
Maybe it's like, oh, didn't let me get it.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh?
Oh, see?
Really?
Oh, see? Oh.
Okay, come on up. Yes.
Come on, we gotta speak up. Right. Yeah. Should we do two?
Yes.
You're right. Pick a prize.
Go ahead.
Pick a prize, you. Should we do another one?
While we're waiting, I would actually like read out some language pointers. So if there's any language learners in the audience, I actually have like a couple methods for like easy ways to improve pronunciation in any language that you're learning. Yes. The first advice is shadowing. Listen to a podcast or drama episode and try to repeat everything the speakers are saying while doing your best to copy their tone and intonation. Advice number 2, read podcast transcripts out loud and record it so you can listen back for your mistakes. And 3, listen more. The more you listen, the more you know how you're supposed to sound. You'll be able to tell when your pronunciation doesn't sound right, and hopefully you'll be able to fix it with more ease. Did you want to read off another raffle?
We can read another
Yes.
raffle.
Yes. Let's keep the party going.
Sorry, and replacing Brianna Brooks is Nadia Valdivia, who just sang La Vie en Rose for us, so she'll be presenting with Kendall Ferguson.
So Speak White par Machel à l'avant. Speak White. Il est beau de vous entendre parler de Paradise Lost ou de profils gracieux et anonymes qui tremblent dans les sonnettes de Shakespeare. Nous sommes un peuple inquiet et bègue, mais nous ne sommes pas seuls au génie d'un langue, parler avec l'accent de Milton et Byron et Shelley et Keats. Speak White, et pardonnez-nous de ne voir pour réponse que le chant rock de nos ancêtres et le chagrin de Nelligan.
Speak White. It sounds so good when you speak of Paradise Lost and of the gracious and anonymous profile that resembles in Shakespeare's sonnets. We're an uncultured, slammering race, but we are not deaf to the genius of a language. Speak with the accent of Milton and Byron and Shelley and Keats. Speak White and forgive us of our only answer being the raucous songs of our ancestors and the sorrows of Nelligan. Speak White.
Parlez des choses et des autres. Parlez-nous de le grand château du monument à Lincoln, du Chambris, de la Thames, de l'eau rose de Potomac. Parlez-nous de votre nation. Nous sommes un peuple peu brillant, mais fort capable d'apprécier toute l'importance de Crumpets ou de Boston Tea Party. Mais quand vous really speak white, quand vous get down to brass tacks pour parler de gracious living et parler du standard de vie, et le grand société un peu plus fort, alors speak white. Osez-vous de contre-monde, nous sommes un peu durs d'oreilles, nous vivons trop près des machines et n'attendons que notre souffle offre des cieux des utiles.
Speak White. Talk about this and that. Tell us about Magna Carta or the Lincoln Memorial, the great charm of the Thames, the pink waters of the Potomac. Tell us about your traditions. As a people, we don't really shine, but we're quite capable of appreciating all the significance of crumpets or the Boston Tea Party. But when you really speak white, when you get down to brass tacks, to talk about gracious living and the speak of standing in life and the great society a bit stronger than, speak white. Raise your four men's voices. We're a bit hard of hearing, but we live too close to the machines, and we only hear the sound of our breathing over the tools.
Speak white and loud. Qu'on vous entendre de son Henri et son Domac. Oui, quelle admirable langue pour embaucher dans les autres. Fixer l'air de la mort à l'ouvrage et de pose que réfléchir et ravigote le dollar.
Speak white. Tell us that God is a great big shot and that we're paid to trust him. Speak white.
Pardonnez-nous, production profits et pourcentages. Speak white. C'est un langue riche pour acheter, mais pour se vendre, appartient, mais pour se vendre.
Speak white and loud, so that we can hear you from the Saint Henri to the Saint Domingue. What an admirable tongue for hiring, giving orders, setting the time for working yourself to death, and for the pause that refreshes and invigorates the dollar. Speak white, tell us that God is a great big shot and that we're paid to trust him. Speak white, talk to us about production profits and percentages. Speak white, it's a rich language, for buying, but for selling your soul, but for selling out. Speak white, big deal.
Mais pour vous dire l'éternité d'un jour de grève, pour raconter une vie de peuple concierge, mais pour rentrer chez nous le soir, à l'heure où le soleil survient crève des cieux des ruelles. Mais pour dire, oui, que le soleil se couche, oui, chaque jour de nos vies à l'ouest de vos empires, rien ne vaut en langue ajourant notre parole pas très propre. Tâchez le cambouis de huile.
Speak white, big deal. But to tell you about the eternity of a day on strike, to tell the story of how a race of servants live, but for us to come home at night, at the time that the sun snuffs itself over the back streets, but to tell you, yes, that the sun is setting, yes. Every day of our lives to the east of your empires, there's nothing to match a language of swear words or none too clean parlor, greasy and oil-stained. Speak white.
Soyez à l'aise dans le bon mot. Nous sommes un peuple renouvelé, mais nous reprochons à personne de voir de monopole de la correction de langage avec de langue douce de Shakespeare, avec l'accent de Longfellow. Parler en français, peu atrocement blanc, comme au Vietnam, au Congo. Parler en allemand impeccable, en étoile jaune entre les dents. Parler russe, parler rappel à la ordre, parler répétition.
Speak white, be easy in your words. We're a race that holds grudges, but let's not criticize anyone for having a monopoly on correcting language. In Shakespeare's soft tongue, with the accent of Longfellow, Speak a pure and atrociously white French like in Vietnam. Like in the Congo, speak impeccable German, a yellow star between your teeth. Speak Russian, speak call to order, to seek repression.
Speak white, c'est une langue universelle. Nous sommes nés pour le comprendre avec ses mots, lacrymogène avec mots matraque.
Speak white, tell us again about freedom and democracy.
Speak white. Nous savons que liberté est le mot noir, comme la misère est nègre, et comme le sang se mêle à la poussière de rue d'Alger ou de Little Rock. Speak white de Westminster à Washington, relevez-vous, speak white comme à Wall Street, white comme Watts, be civilized, et comprenez notre palais de circonstances. Quand vous nous demandez polymorphes, how do you do? Et nous entendons vous répondre, we're doing all right, we're doing fine, we are not alone. Nous savons que nous ne sommes pas seuls.
Speak white. It is a universal language we were born to understand, with its tear gas words, with its nightstick words. Speak white. Tell us again about freedom and democracy. We know that liberty is a black word, just as poverty is black, and just as blood mixes with dust in the streets of Algiers and Little Rock. Speak white from Westminster to Washington. Take in turn, speak white, like they do on Wall Street, white like they do in Watts, be civilized. And understand us when we speak of circumstances. When you ask us politely, how do you do? We hear you say, we're doing all right, we're doing fine, we are not alone. We know that we are not alone.
Alrighty. So we're not done with the raffles yet, guys. We still have like 2 more. We're gonna do 2, and then we're gonna do intermission afterwards. All right.
Go ahead.
So get them tickets out, man. Maybe you'll win something. Let's see. All right. So I have number 262249.
Oh.
Hey! Look, we got people. I love it. Okay. All right.
And if you find this relatable, it's my Spanish is terrible, my German a mess, I'm losing my own mother language, and my skills in the other languages I'm learning are weaker than a baby's. But it's time to start learning Chinese.
All right, so we're gonna pick a second raffle. Oh. All right. So we have number 262198. Anybody? I heard that one, but no, it's not.
I feel that for you.
Okay.
Next one.
I hope it's you, whoever was like
Yes.
that. Okay. So 262250.
Anyone?
Anybody? No. No. Okay. Well, we're gonna keep doing it.
Yes.
It's all right.
Yes.
Let's see. All right. 262190.
This is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
We have a lot.
Let me
We're not gonna
mix it up
stop.
now. Okay.
Yeah.
Try this one. Hopefully.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. 262181. 181.
Anybody? Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, to put in. Okay. Wait. Oh, is it you?
Oh, you have it?
Oh, you're gonna add it?
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Let's do this.
Pick a good one.
Okay.
We need a
I'm
good
gonna
one.
go all the- okay.
Oh, we have more.
Oh, more.
Wow. Okay. That's lit. All right. All right. So hopefully this person is here. Get that free. Okay. So 262309. 309. Where you at? Hey! All right, she's coming down. She's working it. Yes.
And living abroad is like playing a video game where you skip the tutorial and you're just sort of running about with no idea how anything works. And now we're going to intermission. You can enjoy tea and cakes out in the lobby.
And they got coffee, you know.
Yes.
Re-energize, guys.
Yes.
Re-energize.